Hello everybody, this is Adam from Waxpack Gods. I hope you're doing well. Tonight I wanted to go through another of the baggies that a buddy of mine put together to sort his baseball cards a few years ago. I bought his collection a couple years ago, and I thought this one in particular was interesting because it contained an assortment of what I will call special Topps cards from the early 1980s. And it's kind of fun to look at the different ways that Topps presented varying categories of players and awards and so forth. So I've already taken these cards out of the baggie, but I will lay said baggie to the side. Let's take a look at what we have here. So first up is this 1982 Topps Pittsburgh Pirates 81 batting and pitcher leaders. So we can see that Bill Madlock had hit 341 and Buddy Solomon had posted a 312 ERA for the Pirates in 81. It's got the Pirates logo in horizontal format. That's kind of cool. And then on the back, Topps gave us the entire Pirates team checklist for their 1982 set. So that was one of the special cards, team leaders, that Topps gave us back in those days. So these aren't in any order, they're just in the order, or any particular order, they're in the order that my friend left them in. So here's a 1983 Topps that shows the 1982 batting leaders. Willie Wilson of the Kansas City Royals in the AL, and Al Oliver from the Montreal Expos in the NL. And then on the back, you can see the top 10 or so guys in each league. The top two guys, Oliver and Wilson, were close to each other at 331 and 332. And then Robin Yount was at 331, also in the American League. That's the year 82 that he won his first American League MVP award. So here's another 82 Topps team leader card. This one is for the Milwaukee Brewers, and we have Cecil Cooper and Pete Vukovich and the Brewers checklist on the back. Vukovich makes another appearance on the 83 Topps Milwaukee Brewers team leaders for 1982. So the year the card was issued would always show the stats from the year before. So the 83 Topps card shows the 82 stats. Yount, who we saw on the back of the league leaders card at 331, and Vukovich with a 334 ERA. And then we have the 83 Topps Brewers checklist. And 82 was the year that the Brewers went to the World Series and they went to Game 7 with the Cardinals. Okay, here's a single player card of Bill Madlock. This was one of the All-Star Glossy send-away cards. You could collect points by buying wax packs, and you can get a little game card or a point card in there, and then you could send off for, I think, groups of 10 of these for $1 or something. So you can see there's a pretty high gloss on that card, and then it has nice, heavy, thick white cardstock. Okay. And we have a 1982 Topps League Leaders, Strikeout Leaders for 1981. So we have Fernando Valenzuela in the National League and Lynn Barker in the American League. And on the back of the card, we have again like the top 10 in strikeouts for each league. Valenzuela had 180 to Steve Carlton's 179. Those are pretty solid numbers considering 81 was the strike year. And then Lynn Barker had 127 for the Indians in the American League. Oh, I always love these cards. A 1983 Topps Super Veteran of Fergie Jenkins. And let's see, so he started in 65 with the Philadelphia Phillies. And as of 83, he was with the Chicago Cubs. So we can see here on the back, he has milestones dates: 250th victory, 3,000 strikeout, Major League debut, total Major League service, his best seasons for victories and strikeouts, rankings on the victory and strikeout list, and then some highlights. And of course, Jenkins is now a Hall of Famer. Nice card. And here we have an 83 Topps Cardinals team leaders. So it shows the Cardinals leaders for 82 when they won the World Series. Lonnie Smith and Joaquin Andujar, with the Cardinals checklist on the back. Here's the 82 Topps Cardinals leaders, showing the 81 leaders, and I have to do it. He's Keith Hernandez, and he batted .306 to lead the team in 1981, and then Bob Forrest had a .319 ERA. And the back gives us the team checklist for 82 Topps Cardinals. Here's an 83 Topps earned run average leaders. We have Rick Sutcliffe in the American League and Steve Rogers in the National League. Rogers was an underrated pitcher for my taste, and he had a .240 ERA, which is crazy good, right? And then Sutcliffe had a .296 ERA. Here we have the 81 Braves leaders. It's funny to see this card not showing Dale Murphy, considering that he won the NL MVP in the year that this card was issued in 82. However, this card shows the leaders for 81. So we have Claudell Washington and Rick Mahler. And the team checklist. The 83 Topps card showing the Houston Astros leaders from 82. Ray Knight and Joe Niekro. The Astros checklist. And a big one there would be Nolan Ryan at number 360. Oh, there's our first double. The 82 leaders again. Okay, now here's something a little different. The St. Louis Cardinals Future Stars card. These were popular. This is an 82 Topps, and of course this is the set and the format that Cal Ripken Jr. made his cardboard debut, at least for Topps. This particular one has Glenn Brummer, a catcher, Luis De Leon, a pitcher, and Gene Roof, an outfielder. And then we get just little snippets about each player there, and they're marked as Future Stars. Similar card from the year before, an 81 Topps Astros Future Stars. And so we have Danny Heap at first base, Alan Nicely at catcher, and Bobby Sproul at pitcher. And again, little bits about each one with the snazzy Topps logo and the Topps baseball. We have the Steve Balboni rookie card here. A New York Yankees Future Stars issue with Andy McGaffigan and Andre Robertson. Balboni was listed at 6'3", 225. So Lord knows how much he actually weighed. Here we have the 1982 victory leaders, Lamar Hoyt and Steve Carlton. This is pretty interesting because Hoyt would go on to win the AL Cy Young Award in 83 when this card was issued, and then Carlton's teammate John Denny would win the NL Cy Young Award that year. And then the two teams, the Phillies would make it all the way to the World Series. The White Sox would lose the ALCS to the Orioles, and then the Orioles beat the Phillies that fall, 83. Here we have a super veteran of the late Bobby Murcer, who had a really great career. He was hailed as the next Mickey Mantle. Didn't quite live up to that, but part of the reason was because he played for some really awful Yankees teams in the late 60s and early 70s. We'll do like 3 more maybe. So we have, I got some gum or wax sticking there. So we have here 81 Phillies Future Stars card, Marty Sturm, John Laviglio, and Jim Wright. And then the typical back. And here's a star-packed card, the 81 Stolen Base Leaders, with Tim Raines and Ricky Henderson. Who else would you expect? Young guys just coming up. Both ended up in the Hall of Fame. And 82 would be the year that Henderson set the all-time one-season stolen base record. In 82, Raines got the better of him. Or in 81, sorry, Raines got the better of him, swiping 71 to Ricky's 56. Then I want to end up with this 1984 Topps NL Active Career Victory Leaders card. These cards were really kind of cool, so they did several categories, several statistical categories, one in each league for each category, and showed the all-time leader in that league for that category. So Steve Carlton had exactly 300 victories, and then the two runners-up at that point. So Jenkins at 284 and Tom Seaver at 273. I think we'll see more of these later on. Then if we look at the back, we have the purple and red color motif for the 84 Topps set. See the active leaders and then the Major League Career Leaders. And none of these guys show up here at this point, but I think both Carlton, Seaver, probably Phil Niekro, and Nolan Ryan would bump up into this list as well at some point. So maybe we'll leave it there for now. Maybe we'll come back and do more of these later. These are special Topps cards from the early to mid 1980s. You can find us at waxpackgods.com or on Twitter at waxpackgods. If you like this video, please be sure to like this video and consider subscribing to our channel. Thanks a lot.